This week on Machinery Pete TV, Albert Steenblick's dairy retirement auction was a whopper. There was massive interest in this 2023 John Deere 7R290 with only 50 hours. A teenager's dream tractor is still running decades later. And Pete takes us behind the gavel with auctioneer Sid Miedema.
Your machinery is a serious investment and at the heart of every farming operation. Some call it a passion. We're Machinery Pete TV, and today we'll cover everything from auction roundups to the classics to the latest trends and technology. Machinery Pete, the most trusted name in farm equipment.
Machinery Pete thanks these premier sponsors for their support. No other cornhead works like a Drago or pays you back like one. Visit your Drago dealer and see how you can justify owning a Drago on ROI alone. Well, folks, the little community of Pewamo, Michigan was established in 1859, and that's where my Machinery Pete truck has taken us today. For Machinery Pete TV, we're here for the online farm retirement auction for Albert Steenblick Dairy. And I tell you, Albert has some incredible John Deere tractors, including a 7R290 with hardly any hours on it. Now, before we get a closer look at this tractor, but first we got to go back to the studio and get the latest farm equipment news.
All right, thanks, Pete. I'm Clinton Griffiths. USDA says 3% of the nation's corn crop is now planted. That's 1% ahead of the 5-year average. And just as those tractors start to roll, crude oil is near a 6-month high. The growing tensions between Israel and Iran adding uncertainty to global markets. U.S. oil prices trading near that $85 per barrel mark this week. Financial services company Moody's believes surging oil prices are the #1 threat to the economy right now. And economists say this could have repercussions for November elections, adding especially if gas prices spike above $4 a gallon for more than 2 or 3 months. Now, prices at the pump, they're near $3.60 a gallon on average, according to AAA this week. Diesel prices are now topping $4 a gallon. An update on the outbreak of avian influenza in dairy cattle now impacting at least 6 states. The American Association of Bovine Practitioners saying it's renaming the virus to bovine influenza A virus. The International Veterinary Group says while the virus is the same, type A H5N1 found in birds, the impact of that virus on cattle is different. It does not cause the same high death rates it does in poultry, adding they hope the change helps the public distinguish between the virus impact on different animal species. And an update on the situation near the Port of Baltimore. Crews are removing shipping containers from the Dolly almost 2 weeks after it slammed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge, causing that bridge to collapse. Now, the U.S. Coast Guard says it is working to take enough weight off the ship so it can eventually be moved. Once enough debris is cleared, they can also reopen the channel to larger commercial ships, which they hope to do by the end of May. The port traditionally has been a significant handler of construction and agricultural equipment. That's it for news. Now let's check on some recent auctions from around the country. Now back to our host, Machinery Pete.
Hey folks, you know the old saying, good things come in threes? Well, sometimes they also come in pairs. And today we got a pair of 22 model John Deere 8R410s. And I tell you what, it's going to be interesting to watch these babies sell. Coming up Saturday, April 20th, the April Heavy Equipment Ag Consignment Auction by Bussey Brothers Auctioneers of Greenville, Ohio. Includes the Darren Smith Farm Retirement Line. Highlights include a 2022 Case IH Steiger 370 with just 161 hours, a 2014 Case IH Steiger 420 Road Track with 2,186 hours, 2019 John Deere 5090M with only 14 hours, AGCO Alice 6690 with 2,427 hours, Aggie SDS 12 and John Deere R4045 sprayers. Online bidding at Proxy Bid and Equipment Facts.
At LST Group, we are committed to providing exceptional service across all modes of transportation. If you're shipping machinery across the state or across the country, trust LST Group to handle it with precision and care. Our expanded network ensures your shipments will reach their destinations swiftly and securely. Discover the LST Group difference and experience the epitome of excellence in transportation services. To request a quote, call 844-622-6209.
Howdy folks, John Hengel with Purple Wave Auctions, Territory Manager in Minnesota. We're on site at T.A. Shifsky & Sons. We'd like to tell you about an auction coming up April 17th. There's going to be hundreds of items. We're going to have 3 open inspection dates, April 6th, April 10th, and April 13th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. You're welcome to come out, walk through the equipment. You can visit all the items online at purplewave.com.
Hey folks, Machinery Pete here. You've got to try this. The power of foam is the only way to clean and degrease your equipment. Simply foam it on, give the foam a few minutes to work, and power wash it off. Cuts grease and your wash time significantly. The foam won't harm electrical sensors or controls. It neutralizes and washes away farm chemicals and is safe to use on most surfaces. Call 888-996-7801 or go online to check out their dealer locator at poweroffoam.com to find the power of foam near you. Hey folks, I'm here with owner Albert Steenblick with Steenblick Dairy here in Pewamo, Michigan. And by the way, how big is Pewamo, Albert?
That's about 500 people, so nothing too big.
And that hasn't changed a whole lot over the 30 years you've been here?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
There's a couple new houses built, but no, not many.
Well, these beautiful pair of 22 model 8R410s, Albert, a little bit different setup. Can you tell us about them?
Yeah, the one is set up with duals and row crop. We used to do anhydrous application after the corn was up.
Okay.
So we used that tractor we used for that, and then it got used for if one of the other whatever broke down, then we could put it in front of the wagons.
And I think 389 hours, is that?
Yeah,
right on this
that's
one?
right. Yeah.
Okay. And the other.
And in this one we had a triple mower on it. We had about 1,800 acres of hay, so we had 2 of them.
Okay.
Because it's kind of nice if one breaks, whatever. It's always so the one goes out of commission. It's kind of nice. You can just keep going. Because in a perfect world, you can just do it with one start at 6 and mow till 10 o'clock at night, or even have 2 guys on it.
And what mower did you have?
We had Claas mowers on it.
Claas mower.
And there's a Claas triple mower for sale too on the auction.
On the auction, that's right.
4 years old, if I'm not mistaken.
And this 8R410 has less hours, 212.
212, yeah.
Okay. Did you have a favorite of the 2 here, Albert?
No, not really. I mean, they're both got everything on it. The signature cab, it's got the massage seats. They got just, you name it, it's got it on there. So.
And most of your John Deere tractors here are kind of loaded up, I hear. Okay.
Yeah, they're both, actually the big ones are all the same.
Okay.
They all have the signature
Probably
cab
just
on
a
it.
few more features on that first 8200 you bought, huh?
Just a few.
Just a few.
Air-conditioned seat massage.
Wow.
No, the old one didn't. But I thought the old one was quite an upgrade from what we used to have in the Netherlands. So that's, as long as you make progress, it's all good.
Progress is good.
Yeah.
And again, if folks missed our last show, you came to the U.S., you kind of switched over to Deere, but in the Netherlands you'd been running, what did you say?
Landini.
Landini.
Italian, yeah, with a Perkins engine.
How many horse? How big of?
Oh, anywhere from 45 to 85.
Okay.
That was it.
How was the resale on those over there?
Yeah, not too bad. No, they were kind of cheaper a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, a Fendt is D tractor or John Deere. I think Deere is now the most sold tractor in Holland too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming over here again, you're working with Hudson.
Yeah.
Your John Deere dealer here on these tractors. They treated you right?
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Awesome.
I think they've been really good to us. So.
Well, the online buyers could come from anywhere on these things, Albert, and the 2 lucky buyers, they're each going to get a heck of a tractor, aren't they?
I think so.
Here are a few more items that sold on today's sale. Mark your calendars, folks. Exciting sale event coming. 2-day Ag Pro Small Ag Turf and Construction online auction, Tuesday and Wednesday, April 23rd and 4th, with 500 plus lots selling from their Ohio, Tennessee, Georgia, and Florida locations. Sale by Merit Auctions. Tractors, skid steers, excavators, zero-turn mowers, riding lawnmowers, UTVs, and hundreds of attachments plus more. Visit agprocompanies.com for auction info or proxybid.com for online bidding. Best way I've seen to fix faded paint? Dakota Shine. Made in South Dakota by Dakota Ag Innovations, a company with a 20-year history of working with top construction equipment manufacturers, now offering Dakota Shine to the farm community to help you keep your equipment looking like new and retain more value when it comes time to sell or trade. Key active ingredient from corn, soy derivatives. Order online at dakotashine.com or visit your regional farm stores to pick up your Dakota Shine today. What's that piece of equipment worth? Check out Machinery Pete's auction prices for the answer. Free to view, updated daily, all types of equipment. Go to machinerypete.com and click on the auction tab, then auction price data.
Hey folks, Machinery Pete here with Kyle Berry with Deere. And Kyle, what is your title again now?
Yeah, I'm the manager of Precision Upgrades Marketing.
Precision Upgrades. Well, hey, I mean, gosh, that's right in the sweet spot. Tell us what's new with Precision Upgrades, Kyle.
Yeah, so we have a new offering from Deere with Precision Upgrades, and you'll see right here behind me. We've taken 3 core components, really the foundation of your precision ag journey. The G5 Plus display, an Ember and R-Series modem, and the Starfire 7000 receiver. Okay. And the customer can buy that for an upfront cost of $2,000.
$2,000. Well, things are a little tighter these days, but gosh, $2,000. Getting a lot of bang for your buck there.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's really just a new option for customers to buy something at a lower upfront cost, and then they pay for what they need. So we have 2 licensing options on this kit itself. You can get a basic license, which includes AutoTrack, section control, and row sense. Okay. Or if you need some more autonomous type options, you can move up to our advanced package. And in that advanced package, you get AutoTrack turn automation, which is your automated headland turns. You get AutoPath, where we actually map where the plants are in the ground, where the planter went. Or you can get AutoTrack implement guidance, and that's the ability for the tractor to steer off the guidance line, for the planter to stay on that guidance line. Machine sync is another one. Machine sync is more for a combine operation where you're unloading on the go. The combine operator can actually control the tractor forwards and backwards or side to side to make sure that they get that grain cart fully loaded before sending it to the trucks. And then we also include SFRTK, which is our latest satellite correction signal on that Starfire 7000 receiver.
Sounds like one heck of a upgrade there. I mean, for $2,000.
So we know that not every customer is going to buy new machinery, so we want to give them the ability to get the most out of what they do have. And with this package, it absolutely gives them the ability to do that.
Got a 1967 1750. This is the first year I ever come out with a 1750. I was a senior in high school, and I ordered it in the winter when I was in high school to get it in the spring. And the reason why I bought a 1750 is because my dad always had propane tractors, and I really wanted an 1850, but they had a propane motor. And if I'd have bought that 1850, he would have told me I needed to get propane on it. But since this only come in gasoline or diesel, he never said a word about being a diesel motor. When I was in, I think, the 7th grade, I was trying to find a way to make money. And we had a big hog house. And I can remember when I was little, we had hogs. And I tried to talk my dad into letting me buy some feeder pigs. And he finally gave in and let me buy 50 feeder pigs. Well, I fed them out, and I made $20 a head on them. And I give him $10 a pig for having use as a shed. And he thought it was all right. From then on, I was feeding out 100 head of pigs every 3 months. Well, I had money saved up to buy a tractor. I paid cash for it. With a 5-bottom plow, I think it was around $7,500. Well, plow, I bought a 4-row cultivator for the corn and beans, and it run the hay bale, usually hay baled with this tractor. Remember when I bought it, my brother said in 5 years it won't be running. Well, it's run a little more than 5 years.
Folks, all the years of Machinery Pete TV, 11 seasons, we have not seen many tractors with 50 hours on it. Stick around, our feature item, the 23 model John Deere 7R 290. The only way I've seen to safely clean aluminum grain on stock trailers is Bright Plus Aluminum Cleaner from Dakota Ag Innovations. With over 15 years of proven performance cleaning all types of aluminum, the results speak for themselves. Dirty, stained, and discolored aluminum trailers don't stand a chance against Bright Plus Aluminum Cleaner. Safely improve the appearance of your aluminum trailers at home and make a statement with Bright Plus. Order today at trailercleaner.com or find Bright Plus Aluminum Cleaner at a farm store near you.
Got equipment to sell privately but tired of scams and hassles? Visit MachineryPete.com and click Sell Mine. MachineryPete.com, the simple and secure way to buy and sell equipment online.
Hey folks, I'm back with owner Albert Steenblick here, talking about the feature tractor on the show today here. Albert, wow, what a beauty. 2023 7R 290, this thing's got what, 50 hours on it?
Something like that. Not even 50, I think. So
less than 50.
Yeah, but that, like I said before, the way we did our roll, that's how that turned out to be.
Okay, and you work with Hudson.
Hudson, yeah.
Okay, which used to be Bader in this area?
Used to be Bader's.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with the scale of your operation here, yeah, your equipment needs, gosh, that roll you're talking about, be pretty interesting every year, the level of tractors you're...
Yeah, I mean, there's about 17 tractors, the chopper and
okay.
both heads.
And now the 7R 290 here with only 50 hours, was that just timing with the auction that it had such low hours, or just...
No, it's just because took us a little longer to get the hours on the old 290, so then once we approached the hours, then they picked it up and brought the new one out.
And how many, it was like 400, 800 hours on the other one?
I think 700 or 750,
okay.
Something like that.
And what did you...
We did all the merging with it,
okay.
and then we used it for the pump and manure, for the manure pumps. And we use it for the slingers.
Okay. Now, Albert, you told me when you first came to the U.S. here, back almost 30 years ago, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you said the first tractor you bought was a John Deere 8200?
Yeah, with a blade on it.
With how much did that cost?
$89,000.
And it probably felt like a king's ransom, huh?
Yeah, you ain't kidding. I mean, that was quite a bit. We didn't have that much money when we came here, you know.
But now, running these babies, what do you think of these modern tractors?
What I think, it's unbelievable how much money they cost. But you get a lot, but you can do it. See, I mean, this is already a bigger tractor than an 8200. Yeah. 8200 was only a 200 horse engine. This is almost 300.
Right.
So your capacity, it's expensive, but kind of, this is how everything goes. I mean,
everything's bigger, yeah.
Yeah, more efficient, more.
And this particular model, the 7R 290, you ran one before. You found it to be a good performer for you?
I think so. You can see if you buy them too small, then you're limited to so many things you can do with it. It's nice to have all these, but you like to do more things with it if you have to.
Yeah.
And I mean, really, when it comes to, I mean, the next one is the 340. We can even put that in front of the manure tankers, you know, if you had to. It takes a little bit extra, but
you have a versatile lineup here. All right, folks, let's talk timing. Now, personally, I think timing is a highly undervalued force in life in general, everything we do. Now, in my world, here 3+ decades, writing about fluctuations with used farm equipment values, of course, timing a huge factor, always has been, always will be. And to prove the point, let's focus in on Hagie STS-12 sprayers, and we'll look at a pair of them sold this year. Now, first, I'm going to show you a chart. Now, this is not a heart monitor chart. It's actually a supply and demand chart from our MachineryPete.com website, and this is looking at self-propelled sprayers supply and demand. So blue, that's the supply for sale on dealer lots. In orange, that's you guys shopping at machinerypete.com, which we thank you for doing so. Now it goes back 2 years. So on the far left of the chart, that's fall of 21. On the far right, that's today. Now you can see early in 22 with the supply chain mess and shortages on dealer lots, you can see the blue line of supply was starting to tank. At the same time, buyer demand shopping for used sprayers was skyrocketing. And that was, a lot of it was out of fear because dealers didn't have an excess machine. We started to see a lot of farmers buying a second sprayer just so they had one when they needed it. And you can see that orange demand line stayed very strong. In fact, if you look just past the midway part of the chart, January of 23, again, demand was far outstripping supply. Now let's drop into an auction that we filmed for our Machinery Pete TV show right at that point, January 26th of 23 in Walnut, Illinois. Here's a picture of a 14 model Hagie STS-12 with 1,743 hours on it. Sold for $321,250, second highest auction price ever. Now, if we talk more recently, here's a picture of a 17 model STS-12 with less hours, 1,582, that sold on an auction October 3rd in Harristown, Illinois, and it went for $279,000. It was 3 years newer, less hours, but brought less money. Now let's go back to my supply and demand chart and focus on the far right end, supply and demand. Look at the blue, the supply is rising this fall while the demand is falling off. So not surprising that 3 year newer STS-12 Harristown, Illinois went for $279 versus $321 back in January. Like I said, timing is everything. Well, folks, cool on the show today to see that the American dream is still alive. If you roll up your sleeves and work hard enough, you can do amazing things. And I tell you what, the story on Albert Steenblik, coming over from the Netherlands almost 30 years ago, building that amazing dairy operation in Pewamo, Michigan. Really fun to get up close with Albert and get the story there. And his tractors, very strong. Those pair of John Deere 8R 410s selling for just over $433,600 and change, and $423,600 and change. Well above the current average auction price on 8R 410s. Tune in next week to Machinery Pete TV, folks. We'll have a lot more fun machinery to highlight for you. Machinery Pete thanks these premier sponsors for their support. No other cornhead works like a Drago or pays you back like one. Visit your Drago dealer and see how you can justify owning a Drago on ROI alone.